New main character, who dis? Hello, welcome back to P-Storm. I am Pluvius Lilon, and today we're playing Danganronpa Ved Thread. And when we last left off, I guess we're getting close to the end of Chapter 1, and it turns out the main character is the culprit? That's what the game's implying. That is what the game is strongly suggesting. So now Shuichi is the main character, and I guess Kaede wants us to reveal her as the culprit. But anyway, we gotta do this shit first. What am I... Okay. Correct. I gotta look for... Okay, give me an E. E! Are you Ian? I want to talk to you, Ian. The classroom's vent. If you were told to, or if you were to roll the shot in there, it would reach the library. I see. The air duct that connects the classroom and the air duct that I see. That air duct connects the classroom to the library. So the shot is rolled into the vent, passes through the duct, and comes out of the air vent above the library's bookcase. But how could she have hit Rantaro from all the way over there? The vent was too far from Rantaro's body. So it was just a coincidence? What kind of coincidence is that? What a mystery. No, I already know the answer to that as well. It was no coincidence. The culprit set it up that way intentionally. If I'm remembering correctly, there was something off about her then. Damn it. How could I not realize it? It's too late to regret the past. I said I wouldn't back down. I made a promise. Okay, stack books. Oh, whoops. I need to answer. For her sake, I can't turn away from the truth. It's just like Yoma said. The shot rolled along the top of the bookcase and fell on Rantaro's head. It rolled along the bookcase? I did say that, but would the shot have rolled that conveniently? It has nothing to do with convenience. The shot rolled exactly how the culprit wanted. They used books on top of the bookcases to direct the path of the shot. The shot's path was directed by books? How would that even work? That would be easier to explain with the floor plan of the library. No, that's right. Someone did have a floor plan. In fact, that might be concrete proof of my theory. I remember one of them having a detailed floor plan. Mew! Mew, I recall that during the investigation, you said you would use your drone to make a floor plan. Oh yeah, what happened with that? I've already developed the photos and drafted some sketches. Then let's look at it. Maybe we all find clue. Please, Mew. What, want him that badly, huh? Fine, but now you owe me one. Voila! Feast your eyes on these babies. Phew! And she just rips her shirt open. There it is. Just as I thought. What is? See, the books are stacked like stairs from the vent to where Rantaro's body was found. Oh, Shuichi is right. Indeed, they're stacked like stairs. I did not notice when I looked up from the floor. I see, I see. The shot rolled on top of these books, huh? Yes, I'm sure of it. The shot was rolled into the classroom and the classroom vent and came out in the library. If the vent was open, the shot would have maintained momentum. And you did that, right, Kaede? You made sure the vent was open. I pushed the grate into the duct, and I lifted my body and looked inside. So how's it look? Could a person fit in there? It'd be pretty difficult, but you might be able to crawl through. Impressive. You have a really good memory, Shuichi. When the shot came through, the stacked books made it change direction. It then rolled down the path made by the books. The books were stacked in rows so that the shot wouldn't fall off. At the same time, the books blocked the shot from view. And then, when the ball was directly above Rantaro, it changed direction, rolled along the groove of the open books, and fell on top of his head. And it was the camera flash that lured him to that exact spot. A setup that complicated is almost like a Rube Goldberg machine. So Kaede created this mechanism. Well, it would be... Wait, even with a Rube whatever setup, when did she roll the ball into the duct? That's right. Wasn't Shuichi with Kaede in the classroom? When did Kaede roll the shot put ball? It had to have been at just the right time to kill Rantaro. Kaede rolled the shot. I guess when Shuichi went into the basement. The air duct isn't that long. It had to have been when Rantaro was close. Since you spent most time with Kaede, Shuichi, perhaps you know the answer. The moment we ran out of the classroom. When the sensor went off, I ran out first, and then Kaede followed. But just before she left... Shuichi, the receiver! Someone moved the bookcase. Hurry, Kaede. Shuichi sprinted out of the classroom with the determination of a true ultimate detective. Wait for me! I dropped everything I was holding and ran after Shuichi. I'm right, aren't I, Kaede? Of course, the ultimate detective would remember all that. Your words and that smile. Is this an admission of guilt? Hold on. Don't just jump to conclusions. I've still got a lot of questions. That's weird. Why'd you sound so desperate? There's nothing weird about it. There's just no way I can believe someone like Kaede could be the culprit. Yeah, Gonta don't believe that either. What? Don't worry, Kaede. I'll clear your name. Alright, stack books, Rancero's belongings, bloody shot put ball, and promotional video VGM, or BGM. I guess it is also VGM. Bolts! The sound of the shot rolling. I know this. Yeah, because I mean, the music would have been drowning out anything else. The murder occurred while the Killing Game promotional video was being broadcast, so the library would not have been completely quiet at the time. Oh, so that ghastly video drowned out the sound of the shot rolling. What? Kaito, are you done now? Damn, so it's true then. You're saying Kaede really is the culprit? So that means most of Kaede's sins were committed right before Shuichi's eyes. That's correct. I was with her in the classroom, and when she moved the vent grate aside, that's when she lined up the books on top of the bookcase. There are way more books here than I expected. On top of the bookcase is covered. The top of the bookcase is covered end to end with cluttered stacks of books. This is nothing. As I moved the ladder, I reorganized the books bit by bit. Geez, there are too many books. It might be hard to set up a camera here. I thought so. Wait, I just gotta try a little harder. Kaede, I know you don't like to admit it, or I know you don't like to admit defeat, but it really is alright. I continued moving the ladder as I kept reorganizing the books. It was the same when you took the murder weapon, wasn't it? You took the shot put ball when you got the cameras from you, right, Kaede? Kaede, is something wrong? We need to go before Miu changes her mind. Shuichi was already at the door of the warehouse waiting for me. Oh, sorry. I shoved the things I was holding in my backpack and ran after him. So you were hiding it this entire time? Where would she have even hidden it? Where did Kaede keep it? It could only be in one place. Kaede must have hidden it in there. It's the only explanation. Kaede's backpack. She was carrying the shot put ball in there. Despite its weight, it would have been easy to carry in a backpack. I noticed you also had a spare vest, which you could have wrapped it in. That would prevent the cameras you were carrying from being damaged. Then that means all of this happened right in front of Shuichi. But we should not blame him for that. None of those actions warranted suspicion at the time, so he might not have noticed. That clears it all up, then. Every part of the crime Kaede plotted. That can't be. It's gotta be a mistake, right? But if all this is true, then that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, it's Kaede, you know? I don't know. She kept preaching about working together. She kept preaching about working together. No, something still doesn't fit. I don't know how or why my Kokichi voice became Sonic the Hedgehog, but now I'm just rolling with it. It's like, I know some of you want me to do impressions right away, but I'm just like, hey, you know, if you know, when impressions are involved, I want them to happen organically. You know, like remember the second game. You know, it took a chapter or two for me to for Kazuichi, for the Hank Hill voice for Kazuichi to like click. You know, Kaede wouldn't do something stupid like that. Huh? You mean she's not the type? But you were the one that said she did it, right? Yes, I did say that, but murder in cold blood is just not in her character. I truly believe that. I believe in her. But why? Why do you still believe in me, Shuichi? Why? Tell me why. Why are you doing this? Are you still looking away from the truth? Not at all. My belief in you is gonna lead me to the truth. I'll show you what's behind all this. I'll show you your truth. I know this is getting crazy, right? But it's time for another tutorial. Your opponent is on the ropes, but they're in argument armament mode and won't listen to you. You have to remove their armaments to refute what they're saying. That's how argument armament works. The objective is to completely destroy your opponent's armaments, then strike the finishing blow. You match the rhythm to shoot down your opponent's statements to damage their armament. The markers on top of your opponent's statements are called rhythm sights. Right when the gauge makes one revolution, press the correct key to shoot the statement. When damaged enough, their armament will break and the music will change. The tempo will also pick up, so match the timing. Can't get on rhythm? Try pressing spacebar to activate Fever Time. During Fever Time, you'll be... and you can press any key. Where's the any key? You can also activate it when your focus energy is full, so watch it... or you can only activate it when your focus energy is full, so watch it carefully. When your opponent's armament is destroyed, you can give your final argument. Your argument will be displayed with 4 words assigned to the WASD keys. Press the keys in the correct order to land the finishing blow. Use split-second logic to refute your opponent's final argument. As always, it was a pleasure. Okay, so it's a little more complicated than that. It's a little more complicated than a bullet time battle. Oh, whoops. There we go. Kill the mastermind. I mean, I kind of figured that was it from the beginning. You weren't persuaded by Monokuma, and you weren't trying to save yourself. What you were trying to do was kill the mastermind. Alright, so I have thoughts. I have thoughts on armament. It's yeah, I mean, bullet time battle is still superior, but at least it's fucking better than panic talk action. Like, it's like, yeah, in the first game, anytime a bullet time battle came up, I was like, fuck yeah, this rules. But then in the second game, panic talk action, I was just like, what is this? Why do I have to do this? Kill the mastermind. Kaede wasn't targeting Rantaro. She was targeting the mastermind. She was trying to end this killing game. She was trying to save us all. Isn't that right, Kaede? I see. Otherwise, everyone would have died when the time limit expired. So, she tried to end the killing game by killing the mastermind. But it's my fault. Kaede trusted my detective skills. I told her the mastermind might be there. And that's why she set that trap. It's all my fault. She trusted my detective work and I screwed it up. Stop. That's not true. Please, don't say it's your fault. It'll be harder for me. None of this is your fault. It's mine. Everything's my fault. Kaede. Shuichi, can I ask you to do one last favor for me? Can you end all of this? What? I want you to reveal everything that happened and convince everyone. And then, I want you to end this. That's my final wish. I understand. I'll end all of this. I'll reveal everything. The truth and the lies. I want to help. I want to help you grant Kaede's wish. I will now explain the closing argument, the final piece of detective work to end this trial. In the closing argument, you will wrap up the case. You'll have to reproduce the order of events You'll have to reproduce the order of events in the case in the form of a comic book. But this recreation is just Shuichi's deduction, so there are gaps here and there. Gaps are areas where a number of pieces are missing. Select the panels with WASD, then use the mouse to move the cursor over to the gaps. And then right-click to fit the panel with the empty space. Only the correct panel will fit. Prepare the empty space hints with the stock panel hints to complete the comic. There will be some panels that you cannot select at first. Filling in some gaps correctly will unlock the other panels. Use the Q and E keys to switch pages, and start filling as many as you can. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let's do it. Okay. Just pop the pop the vent grate up. And classroom vent. Okay. Open the encyclopedia. Alright. Alright. Okay, open the encyclopedia and security sensor goes off. Why can't I... Okay. I'm just gonna try this one. Oh, that was correct. Oh, there. Right, there's more. There's not... Yeah. Okay. Okay. Several shot put balls in the wooden box. No. Okay, Kaito, Gonta, and Tenko. Several shot put balls. Turn on the flash function. Okay, what was the murder weapon found in the warehouse? Alright, last one. It all began 2 days prior, when Monokuma gave us the additional motive. The time limit added to this killing game triggered the crime. After the announcement, some of us decided to form groups to plan our next move. I had my own plan to find the mastermind, and someone offered to help me. At the time, I never would have imagined they would become the culprit. To expose the mastermind, the culprit and I set up hidden cameras in the library. There was a hidden door in the library that showed signs of use. We deducted that the mastermind would return there to let Monokuma out. The next day, we asked Mew if she could modify some cameras for our trap. We then went to the warehouse to gather the necessary materials. All we needed were disposable cameras and a security sensor. But the culprit found something else there, the murder weapon. That's right, the shot put ball. They put the cameras as well as the shot in their backpack. Then, on the day the time limit would expire, the day of the murder, the culprit and I collected the modified cameras from Mew and visited the library. Once there, we searched the room for ideal locations to place the cameras. But even then, the culprit was preparing the murder. They began by removing the vent grate and laid it inside the air duct. Then they moved the pile of books on top of the bookcase, pretending to organize them. After that, they placed the open encyclopedias on the final bookcase. It appeared innocuous enough, but it was actually a path for the murder weapon. The culprit also tampered with the hidden camera linked to the security sensor. I was responsible for setting up the other cameras, but that one, I didn't even notice their trick. They used duct tape to keep the flash function on. After the cameras were set, the culprit and I climbed the stairs to the first floor classroom. We kept a lookout for the others and waited for the security sensor to go off. During the stakeout, we saw Kaito and 6 others go down to the basement. Rantaro was with them, the first victim. After watching that group enter the game room, I returned to the classroom. With about 1 hour remaining, the security receiver I was holding went off. I assumed it was the mastermind, so I ran out of the classroom to the library. I was in such a hurry I left the culprit behind. Looking back on it now, That was the last chance I had to stop the murder. After I had left, the culprit took the shot put ball out of their backpack and rolled it into the classroom vent and set their murder in motion. Rantaro had moved the bookcase, triggering the receiver. Unbeknownst to him, the trap had been sprung. First, the modified camera took a picture of Rantaro with the flash on. Rantaro noticed the flash and approached the bookcase to inspect the camera. The camera flash lured Rantaro directly to the murder weapon's path. The shot the culprit tossed into the vent rolled through the air duct. Came out of the library's vent and kept rolling atop the bookcase. Opening the vent grate and organizing the books was all to create a path. Under normal circumstances, the victim would have been alerted by the noise. But the promotional video was masking the sound of the shot rolling. The shot kept rolling and fell on Rantaro's head, killing him instantly. By the time we had entered the room, the murder was complete. I imagine, seeing Rantaro's body, the culprit probably thought, the mastermind is dead, the game is over, now we can all go home. But their wish didn't come true, because Rantaro wasn't the mastermind. It was murder, in an attempt to save all our lives. That is the truth. That's the truth behind your lies, Kaede Akamatsu, the ultimate pianist. And that concludes the events of this case. No, Kaede did it. Damn it. It is a truth I do not wish to accept, but since Shuichi has brought everything to light, we can at least try to trust the Kaede we've come to know up to this point. The Kaede that we've come to know? Even if she did commit a crime, what Kaede has said to us is not a lie. She wanted to protect us, and I firmly believe that to be the truth. If that was a lie too, it'd be the last straw for me. I'd have nothing left to believe in. You guys are so nice, even though I betrayed you all. No, that's not true, Kaede. You were trying to save all of... Nice job, Shuichi. I didn't expect any less. What? You were super reliable back there, but you still have a long way to go. You need to be more assertive. If you did that more often, you'd be a pretty cool guy. You'd shoot words and not afraid of anything. Kaede, why? Why are you smiling like that? Why are you still trying to get me to be brave? Why, Kaede? Why are you thinking about everyone except yourself? If you had just been less selfless, you wouldn't have had to murder. Why? Why do you do that? I'm sorry. Stop, stop, stop. At least save it for the end of the trial. Sheesh. Looks like the debate's finished, so that means it's voting time. Alright, you bastards. Press the button in front of you to cast your vote. And make sure you all vote, because refusing to vote is grounds for termination. At last,
The heart-racing excitement as the Blackened and the Spotless finally face off. It's voting time!
Oh shit. The game actually makes you pick one now.
It seems the voting is finished. Now then, let's see the result. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Akamatsu.
Okay, cool.
Well, at this point it goes without saying, but you all voted correctly. The Blackened who killed Rantaro Amami is the ultimate pianist, Kaede Akamatsu. Good.
What? Good? What do you mean, good? Is this how you want it to end?
Not really, but it could have turned out a lot worse, so this is fine too.
It's not fine. This is super horrible. The worst ever.
Yeah, how did it come to this?
Kaede, what would possess you to do something like this? Was it perhaps a ghost bus? Gonta no can accept this. Not unless you explain. Yeah, I won't be satisfied until I hear it straight from you.
Kaede, please. Okay, please allow me a few more moments of your time then. It's just like Shuichi said. I was after the mastermind this entire time. I wanted to kill the mastermind, and I thought doing that would end the killing game. But why did you try to kill them? Maybe they could have been captured. If it hadn't been for the time limit, I probably would have done that. But the time limit meant that capturing the mastermind was less likely to work, you know? Because the mastermind could have just played dumb to run out the clock and kill us all. I was worried about that happening.
So you sought to kill the mastermind instead?
I had to make up my mind, but just before we set up the cameras in the I'd made up my mind just before we set up the cameras in the library. I thought it was my last chance to save everyone. I couldn't let that chance pass me by. I had to save everyone, no matter what. Even if you had to kill someone? That's right. I thought that killing the mastermind was our best shot at escaping this place together. I really believed it, too.
Kaede.
Oh, Kaede, it never dawned on you? As soon as that thought entered your head, Monokuma had you right where you wanted. Because what mattered most to Monokuma was that the killing game started. Regardless of your reasons, the moment you felt the urge to kill, you had already lost. You agreed to be part of his killing game when you allowed the murder to fill your heart. Wait, to put it like that...
Buddy's not wrong. She's the reason the killing game finally started.
But if Kaede hadn't done anything, we'd all be dead by now.
Kaede save everyone. We no can blame her.
I know, you don't need to remind me. That's why I'm so pissed off. Pissed off at myself for being so useless. Kokichi, that's enough. I can see through your act. Whoops, that obvious, huh? But Kokichi is right. I was being played. I didn't even kill the mastermind. I killed one of our dear friends instead. What I did was so terrible, so unforgivable. I took an innocent life. I'm nothing but a horrible murderer. You should all hate, blame, and be disgusted by me. Kaede, please calm down. After we found Rantaro's body, when I realized he wasn't the mastermind, I thought about ending this by confessing to you what I had done. But I couldn't, because of Monokuma's first blood perk.
I see. If you confessed there and then, you would have been able to leave. But you decided you couldn't leave this place by yourself, so you kept quiet.
Because of the first blood perk, you were forced to hide the truth from us. Yeah, that's right.
So the first blood perk worked against the Blackened rather than for them.
But at the same time, I thought, if I did this for everyone, then instead of making things easier by confessing, I thought I should lie to you all, so it would motivate you to keep moving forward. Is that the reason for the trial? To reveal the mastermind? I felt like if I didn't do this, then Rantaro's death would have been meaningless.
We were searching for both the culprit and the mastermind during this class trial.
Kaede did mention that. But that's why I want to end all the terrible things happening to all of us. I'll defeat the mastermind and end this dumb killing game. I'll even use this class trial to do that. I never wanted to keep my crime a secret. I was going to tell you all eventually. But before I did, I wanted to expose the mastermind first. Then the killing game would have ended, and everyone but me would be saved. I thought that that was the best way I could atone for killing Rantaro. This is my fault. I was wrong. There was no mastermind. You were wrong? But didn't you say the mastermind was one of us? That's what I thought at first, but in the end, we have nothing. No one made any moves at the time limit. The trial was useless.
Even when Shuichi was about to be voted as the Blackened, still they did not appear.
Yeesh, that seriously was a close one. If Kaede had just kept her mouth shut, we'd all be dead right now. No way. There's gotta be something else we can discuss. We just gotta think. Right, Shuichi? On the other hand, she's only in this mess because she decided to say something at that moment. I wanted to protect Kaede, but I also wanted to unmask the mastermind. But even when the killer was about to be condemned, they remained hidden. That has to mean the mastermind is not among us after all. So Kaede had the wrong idea the whole time. All her actions were taken under Shuichi's flawed logic. That's why this is my fault. All of this happened because my detective work was wrong. If I hadn't been so stupid, if I'd never said anything about a mastermind to Kaede, Rantaro wouldn't have died, and Kaede wouldn't be a murderer. This is all my fault. No, it's not. Kaede? I killed him, not you. Right? Didn't I?
But Kaede, why did you set such a convoluted trap? If your intent was not to kill the mastermind, but to kill the boss, there was no reason for you to cover your tracks. Isn't it obvious? It's because she didn't want Shuichi to know.
Me? Of course, but I didn't want everyone else to know either. Because I said I wanted to escape this place with everyone. But you guys wouldn't want to be friends with a girl who killed someone, would you?
Be friends?
Kaede put a lot of thought into this. She put so much thought into it, it drove her to commit murder like a lunatic. God, you're such a dumbass. I know, right? I'm such an idiot.
We only survived the time limit because of that idiocy. Yes, we're still alive thanks to you.
Kaede, I didn't know how, but I wanted to get out of here with you. I wanted to be friends. I'm so sorry. So you're saying everything you did was because you were thinking of us? And you hid that you killed him just to stay and help us? How did things...
Alright, that's it.
What? What do you mean? What do you mean, that's it? Father, are you getting bored?
You know how Pops gets. He can't stand this kind of tearjerker schlock.
I can't stop crying.
Tee. I see nothing gets past my adorable little cubs.
Don't even let appetizers get past me, especially if someone else bought them.
But we can't let this boring display grind the action to a halt, so... time to make things interesting.
Make things interesting?
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
Punishment? You mean Kaede's execution? No friggin' way. There's no way we'll let you do that. Excisals assemble! Punishment time is a sacred segment. You're not allowed to interfere.
And if you even try to interfere, we'll just crush you with this here excisals.
It's cruel, but it's probably better if one person dies instead of everyone. Like hell, I'm just gonna sit here and do what you say. Kaede fought with her life on the line, and so will I. Gonta will face you all. Times like this are why Gonta became strong. Gentlemen never back down, and neither will Gonta. This is the perfect chance to test out my Neo Aikido skills on machines. Yeah, I'll help. I can... Everyone stop. Please, just stop. But, Kaede... Enough, you guys. I've already prepared myself. You're giving up? But why? You said you'd never give up. That we get out of here together. That's what you said, Kaede. So why are you giving up now? Did you mean what you said? I know we can do something. Don't give up till the end. I'm not giving up. Because I have you. What? Even after I'm gone, my wish will still be here. So I'm counting on you all. I'm entrusting my wish to every one of you. I believe in you. I believe that you'll all make it through this somehow. You guys better live. Don't go die on me now. I mean, it's Danganronpa, so it's guaranteed that at least half of them are gonna die anyway. End this ridiculous killing game. Survive and get the hell out of this place. And then, be friends after you escape, okay? I think you'll all be the best of friends. Affirmative, Kaede. I will do my utmost to fulfill your final request. I won't give up. I'll get out of here no matter what. Going to work hard and keep friends safe till very end. Well, Kaede, you definitely weren't boring.
Now then, let's get started. I have a very special punishment prepared for the ultimate pianist, Kaede Akamatsu.
Wait a second. Kaede, please don't. Shuichi, you better not lose. You can't lose this killing game. I know you can beat it.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I believe in you guys, so please, believe in yourself. Okay? It's a promise. And Kaede really did go full Kamina there. Is that a giant cat plushie?
I could not read any of that. I know it was German. That's about all I could tell, though. Oh, Jesus. Oh, great. The pitch is shifting like fucking Doki Doki Literature Club or some shit. What? Sayonara. Oh, what the hell? What just happened? Why did Mono Kid also die? And also, fuck that. Mono Kid was my favorite Mono Cub. The moment it was over, I felt my legs give out under me. What I just saw, it didn't feel real. As if all reality had vanished, and the only thing left was a fictional world. Real or not, Kaede was gone. Kaede Akamatsu no longer existed in our world. What the... Why is Mono Kid... Monodum, what have you done? Ah, gross, she puked again. But this tension ain't so bad, you know. Finally feels like a proper killing game. If anything, we could stand to use a little more tension in our lives, right, Dad?
No, my sweet darling Mono Kid, claimed as collateral damage. This is a nightmare. This is unacceptable. My precious cub is... On second thought, I guess it's okay. After all, I still got 4 more cubs. Whew, I'm glad you kids came in bulk.
Huh? It's okay?
I'm shocked. Her existence means that little, huh? What's done is done. What's dead is dead. No point in crying over crushed cubs. Unless you want to end up like these sad sacks.
What in the world is this? Are you fucking kidding me? Talk about overkill.
Atwa, please grant Kaede's soul eternal repose. I can't believe this happened to Kaede. I liked her so much. All this adrenaline creates such an exquisite feeling of despair. It's moments like this that make all the killings worth it. Why are you doing such a terrible thing? You're the worst of the worst. Does human life have no value to you at all? Hey, I know human life is precious. I'm not a monster, you know? 'Cause if human life wasn't precious, ending it wouldn't be nearly as much fun. There's no greater joy than witnessing such a display of despair entertainment.
You've surpassed psychotic by a wide margin. I don't think I've ever felt quite this irritated. I won't forgive you for this. Got that? I won't ever forgive you.
Spoken like a marked man.
What is your objective, Monokuma? Do you hate us? If so, have we done something to make you hate us?
Hate you? Who can say? That's your job to figure out. If you really want to know what's going on, you're gonna have to work for it. Though the corpse formerly known as Rantaro may have had a hunch.
Huh? What do you mean? What was Rantaro's hunch?
What indeed?
He did say he would end this game, and he also knew about the hidden door. Could that be at all related to this hunch you claim he had?
I wonder.
Hey, what the hell's this hunch you're going on about? Spill it.
I wonder.
If you have no intention of telling us,
Then keep your mouth shut.
You're focusing on Kaede instead of her deadweight victim. Well, it's not his fault he was useless. He died before his talent could be revealed. If he had lived long enough to reveal it, maybe he would have been more useful. Oh well, he's dead and that's that. That's the indifference of death for you.
He wasn't really the mastermind, was he?
Huh? Are you still pestering me with these annoying questions? Aren't you guys focusing a little too much on whether or not there's a mastermind? If you keep this up, you're all gonna end up like Kaede.
What?
Maybe spend less time worrying about nonsense and more time watching your back, okay? You never know who's gonna become the next killer. I can't wait. I wonder what kind of killing game we'll get to see next.
Damn it. You may have gotten us this time, but we'll get you next time. You'll see.
Why are you all psyched up? It's nice to see that at least one of you has some chutzpah around here. I have a feeling you're gonna live for a while.
Thanks, I'll do my best. Shut the hell up. We're not gonna have another killing game. I, Kaito Momota, am not gonna let you have your way anymore. Got it? I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch that grin right off your face, for sure.
Oh, really? That seems unlikely. I'm pretty sure you won't live long enough to do that. Anyway, you guys have a lot to think about. Work hard and do your best to graduate, because the fun's only just begun.
Hey, Monodum, explain yourself. I get that Mono Kid was obnoxious and rude, but that was way over the line. I did it for us. Hey, wait, Monodum!
Where are you going?
He probably killed him as payback for all the bullying. What an interesting turn of events. And with that, Monokuma and the Cubs left, and only we remained in the courtroom.
I don't think I can take all this. I can't stand this anymore. I feel like I'm going to go crazy.
Tsumugi, you mustn't give up hope. Is there even hope to be had here? The room feels utterly drained of it. Kaede! What kind of degenerate male cries in public? It's so rude. But Tenko, you're crying too. Now's not the time to point that out, Kibo. Just let it be.
In times like this, we should pray for Kaede's soul so she can rest in peace. How's anyone supposed to rest in peace after getting killed like that? What are we gonna do from now on? Yeah, I'd like to know too. I'm so over this already.
Shut up, shut up. You all just need to shut up. Kaito's voice bloomed in the air, and the room went silent. Every single one of you, in your meek little complaints. You're pissing me the hell off. But the one who's pissing me off the most is you, Shuichi.
What?
Clench your teeth. Is that another Gurren Lagann reference? Kaito, you were supposed to say that before you hit him. Didn't you hear what Kaede said? She said she believed in you. That she passed her wish onto you. Well, what the hell's wrong with you? You didn't say a damn thing to Monokuma. You call yourself a man? What's the matter? Say something already. I just hit you. Aren't you pissed off? What's your problem?
Enough, Kaito. Sucker punching is pretty low, even for a low-life degenerate male like you. You better knock it off or I'm gonna explode my Neo Aikido all over your face.
Excuse me, what?
fine.
Shuichi, are you okay?
I'm fine. Please stop. This sort of altercation is just a waste of our time.
Gonta not sure it waste of time, but Gonta agree. Fighting not good.
Can we leave now? Staying here will only make us more depressed.
Well put. I agree wholeheartedly.
Sorry, you should all go ahead without me.
Why? Is there a reason you wish to stay in a place like this?
I want to be alone for a while. Just for a little bit. But we can't just leave you here by your Tsumugi, perhaps it would be best if we allowed him some privacy for now. Okay, I suppose. Shuichi, don't beat yourself up, okay? Yep, just hit the reset button on your feelings and you'll feel happy and cheerful in no time.
Being a tad insensitive is important for survival. It helps one avoid suicidal thoughts. Gonta will go back too. Let Gonta know if you need his help, okay?
One by one, everyone climbed aboard the elevator, except
Shuichi. I don't know how well you knew Kaede, but why don't you try going to her ultimate lab?
What do you mean?
Monokuma set the room up, so there's probably not a lot there to remember her by, but there should be at least a bunch of little things she liked.
Things Kaede liked?
Understand? There's only one way to get through this awful feeling. No one's going to be able to console you if you're just sitting here alone. If anyone's going to help you, it'll be her, in your memories.
With those words, he stepped out onto the elevator. Before I realized it, I got to my feet. I just started walking, and I was headed toward the Ultimate Pianist Research Lab. It's not as if there would be any memories here, but these are things she was really passionate about, and that's good enough for now. What a magnificent piano. I would have liked to hear her play it, if only just once. That reminds me, the song that Kaede was talking about. Of course, it must be here somewhere. I stood in front of the shelves of CDs and searched each one thoroughly, end to end. It should be here somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. This is it. I took the CD from the shelf and placed it in the player in the corner. Soon, a soft melody had filled the classroom.
Debussy.
My body relaxed, totally enveloped in the music. It was a strange feeling, the sound seeping into my body. Before long, I began to close my eyes. I wish there was a piano here. I'll play you a song to help you cheer up. A pretty song to play for you, like Clair de Lune by Debussy. It's a soothing song that calms your heart, like the moon's reflection on water. You noticed it, huh? Yeah, I'm shaking too. But I'd be a mess if you weren't here. I wouldn't have been able to do anything. I would have been so lost. I'm glad you're here with me, Shuichi. With you by my side, I feel like I can stand up to anything. When you give me the courage I need to take on the mastermind. So please, be more confident. I believe in you, so you should definitely believe in yourself. Yeah, I'll try. I don't know if I can do it, but no, I'll do it. I have to believe in myself. I won't be afraid anymore. I'll face the truth, for everyone. I won't give up. For your sake, Kaede. I promise. From the bottom of my heart, I promise you, Kaede.
Yep, that's our promise. I'm leaving everything up to you, Shuichi. Goodbye. Yeah, I'll save. Okay. It's probably a little more, but... What the hell's going on here? I don't know who that was talking just now, so, they were so young and talented. How could this happen? It looked like an accident. They were running away from that group. Was it really just an accident, though? I honestly can't believe that. I can't say it too loudly, but they were probably killed by that group. I thought so. Oh no. Well, there's nothing we can do about that. I wanted them to live. For our sake, at least. Jeez, I wish they lived. No. They should have lived. They had to. For this world. Chapter 2. A thin line divides heaven and hell. Where are you hiding? Come out. No more hiding. Come out now. Hey, come out, Bugs. Where are you hiding? Just when Gonta think he finds some, they gone. Weird. Really weird. Plenty trees, grass, water, sun. But no bugs. Why? Weird. So weird. If any bugs here, come out. Gonta want to talk to you. What that? Something on ground and grass. Words written on it. Horse! Shuichi, Gonta find horse. I see some hidden Monokumas there. Who is it? Wait, I'm coming. With the doorbell hurrying me along, I went to open the door. Oh, it's Kaito. Hey, what are you doing? It's already morning. Kaito? Alright, well, before I do anything about that, it's a normal bed. It was pretty comfortable. I want to examine those hidden Monokuma. Oh, I guess those are. I guess that's my collection. All right, well, yeah, that was it. That was chapter 1. That was chapter 1 of Danganronpa V3. Oh, and now I can change the monopad theme. I'll keep the pink one. Because I like pink. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then no further actions required on your part, and we will see you in chapter 2.